Hola! What is up, guys? That's probably the first time I've ever introed with Spanish. Well, anyway, it felt good. But anyway, it is Grid 2 that's being flung in. It's flying in the face of you again. Well, it's probably more just a gentle throw in your general direction. Don't feel as if it's gonna like literally hit you in the face. It's just sort of coming at you. Oh, that's totally what she said. That's totally weird. Well, anyway, despite an extremely immature intro to this video, we're gonna start eventually here, and it's tier 3, and it's at this point I realised in this race I was completely and utterly boned. Prototype cars all over the place, all around me, Caterhams and aerial atoms and KTM crossbows absolutely everywhere, but we're going to turn into this first-hand corner, and I should have expected that, to be quite honest. Absolute carnage has taken us from about 8th on the grid to 3rd, as about 17 cars around me crash, which is, of course, slightly impossible, seeing as there were only 12 cars to start this race, but a little bit of contact there with a Corvette, and a stupid corner cut penalty ahead, and this is absolute carnage. At the start here, we're in a Jaguar. I failed to mention that at the start, although you probably know that by now. But Caterham's flying about, there's Corvettes all over the place. There's an erratic Honda that's just in fact spun out behind me. We got that chicane slightly wrong, that line wasn't fantastic. In fact, it was far from fantastic, as fireworks explode in front of me down this back straight. The Caterham's just absolutely legged it down the straight in front of me. I'm miles behind him. As an absolute train of cars approach me. I've forgotten to brake almost for that corner, and that's abysmal. A big spin, and now we're in 6th, but we've got kissed the barrier on the inside. I've got 2 Caterhams and a Corvette ahead of me. I've got cars behind. There's a Honda, an aerial atom, and it's absolute carnage. Pandemonium here as we try and... oh man, I've hit the wall on the outside. It's another accident, as now the aerial atom decides to join in the party and arrive on the scene, and there's more carnage and contact and panel bashing there as that Honda gets shoved onto the infield again for the umpteenth time this race, and now we're in 8th place, and despite what it seemed like at the start being 3rd going through the first corner, things have deteriorated extremely quickly, as now we head down into that first corner where things went absolutely horrendously wrong last time, and they've gone horrendously wrong this time, as things just ghosting all over the place, actually just deciding not to be there, and the Caterham on the inside going slowly, that's clearly just used a flashback, and suddenly from absolutely nowhere we're now up into 5th, and we're still behind this aerial atom, and we haven't even passed him, and we're actually up 4 places. I don't know, I have no idea what's going on. This has been some weird race, as the aerial atom gets that completely wrong through there, and now we're going to be alongside down the back straight. It's a direct drag race between me in my Jaguar and the aerial atom, and we appear to have won. Actually, I'm not sure whether that's one of those BAC cars. Well, anyway, as I ponder upon that default, we've got this chicane pretty badly wrong again, but not quite as badly wrong as last time, and not quite as badly wrong as the yellow Caterham prototype that's ahead, and that increasingly white arrow from behind is showing, in fact it's gone now, well anyway it was showing that I was being caught, and that's a stupid corner cut. I barely cut the corner, and I was a ghost and then just appeared in front of that Corvette guy. I can understand if he's a bit annoyed, and then to compound his misery he's just got a corner cut through there. For some reason, my car just decided to actually decide to be there. I don't know why. But anyway, we've got that corner very nicely, very nicely right, done, wrong. I didn't really think that through before it sort of blurted out of my mouth. But anyway, we're into 5th as we go on to the final lap here, and we are catching this aerial atom absolutely hand over fist. I mean, well, we've kissed the barrier on the outside, but that hasn't hindered us at all. And in turn, he's catching the Caterham ahead as he gets that slightly wrong, but still recovers by just going on to the run-off area on the outside. And now he's making a challenge on the yellow Caterham ahead. This has been, to be fair, although it's been a bit of a crazy race, some quite clean racing, as the Ariel Atom charges up the inside of the Caterham, and there's more contact. Well, I just said this was a clean race, but this has just descended into absolutely... I don't know. But anyway, we're up into 4th now, and we're chasing Caterham, this Caterham even, as pieces of bodywork panels just fly off things left, right and centre as we approach the chicane, which we still haven't got right because I attempted to turn in too early. It's sort of blind, and it's like it's unsighted in 2 ways. It's like on a crest and there's a barrier that hides it, so that just spells disaster for me anyway. But we're now approaching this Caterham. The winner's already crossed the line, and I'm about 7 corners from home. As the Caterham gets a corner cut penalty, there's cars absolutely everywhere. There's like 2 Caterhams and an Ariel Atom bashing panels there. There's a Corvette behind me as well, and this Caterham is all over my rear end as we go into the last corner. I'm going to fling it in, even if I hit the barrier on the outside. My boot's hanging open, but it looks as if we're just going to make it across the line, and we do. What a finish to that race, goodness me. How much was in it? About 0.2 of a second, I think, in the end, between me and the Caterham. Not a bad result to say I was in a completely unmodified Jaguar against cars like Ariel Atoms and Caterham prototypes and God knows what else was in that race. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible, I have to say. Some clean racing at times, but then exciting and sort of exciting with a few incidents as well. A nice combination of clean racing and utter strangeness throughout that race. Well, anyway, that was a great race to commentate, and it is all over. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll probably put an annotation of some sort in the on the video to remind you to do that. But anyway, sincerely thank you for watching, and yeah, whew, what a race. Adios. Wow, I outroed it in Spanish as well.